Welcome back to Inscryption. Okay, there's a lot. There's a lot to process at all times in this game, to be perfectly honest. Let's go this way. Show me some exquisite pelts. Oh, I don't have any. Do you not understand how disappointing that is? I must give you this. Oh. Use that to buy some pelts. Weird. Okay. Do not return empty-handed again. Wonder what happens if I do. I mean, I don't know where I would have gotten pelts before this, but... okay. Why do you want it to be you? That's suspicious as hell. Why can I put it on the caged wolf? I can't even sacrifice the caged wolf. So that's a completely worthless move. Why do you want it to be you? Fine, let's go with it. Why are you so weird? Another sigil. Hooray. You want to be sacrificed? I'll sacrifice you. You're annoying. Alright. You passed a massive bowl surrounded by heaps of unidentifiable giblets and scantlings. It seemed the bowl was designed for a dog. But what earthly hound would require a meal of that size? Is this different? Where's that hound of mine? Something about that caged wolf. What would happen if it were freed? I get it. Easy boss, just pop that mule. Okay. Alright. You're gonna kill the mule for me. And... the next turn, I'll play the pack rat and the stink bug. I'll survive until then. Okay, this is fine versus the coyote. It'll take it out this turn, and then the stink bug will be defensive against the open slot, and I think we'll be good with that. Does mean the mule moves now, but it's fine. It's actually working in my advantage because it's blocking that slot now. Okay. Hold the squirrel, I think. The order of operations is very weird. So, the coyote attacks, then the move happens, and then it's already past the move up phase, which is very counterintuitive for people who have, I think, I would say for most people who have played other tabletop card games. A lot of them work in kind of the opposite order. It's just, yeah, trying to ensure that the order of operations is followed as expected, because that makes a big difference in how certain turns are going to play out. I gotta make sure I get that right. I think I just block with the squirrel for now. Take those cards, thank you. Dang, nabbit. These aren't even my cards. And this is a different one. Huh. How many? I have 4 bones. I could play the cockroach. Copy is great in your hand, but I need a pile of bones to make that worth it, because it's still only a 1/1. It's a decent blocker in a pinch if I just don't want to take damage that turn, but that's mostly what it's good for. Which, I mean, the squirrel is technically just as good for. So really, it doesn't seem like the cockroach is very useful unless it's empowered. I mean, I guess it is technically better than the squirrel in the sense that, 1, it does have an attack. It is very minuscule, but it does have an attack. And 2, you don't have to spend your draw action to get it back in your hand. It already gets back in your hand anyway. So, it is better. Is it 4 bones better? I would say no. I don't think I can float the blood from this stoat, can I? I'm gonna have to figure out at some point. Because it only asks for blood once you're playing the card. Again, gonna keep talking about Magic. Unlike Magic, where you can tap mana and float, they call it floating, to hold it for something not yet executed that will happen later in your turn. This doesn't allow for that, as far as I can tell. So, this only costs 1 blood. Shall we find out what it does? Oh, I think it's based on its power is based on the number of cards in your hand. Interesting. There's gold in them cards. Well, now you're gonna destroy my cards, aren't you? That much is consistent. Okay. Kill the coyote outright. So does he... I don't think he gets a... He doesn't clear his board, so I don't think he actually gets a different set of... Does he get a different set of cards in his second phase? Or can I theoretically burn out his entire deck before we hit the second phase? Because that would be the clutch thing to do. Is just not even get to the second phase, just time him out, you know, burn his deck, and not win, intentionally not win, play a defensive game. I don't know, that's probably way overdoing it, but I mean, I can't sacrifice a gold nugget, so you're short. Yeah. So it's only a squirrel or roaches, so we'll go with the squirrels for now. let's remove the squirrels and use the adder. And actually I can remove the coyote with the cockroach here. I'm only doing 2 damage, but one health. I already have 3 items. It would be better. Do I use the pliers just to not burn the item, or to not to lose out on swapping for a new item? The pliers are not very useful. So if I sacrifice for the pack rat, I get the cockroach back. You were as unfaltering as the cockroach. Were you as unfaltering as the cockroach? Okay. Now I get to kill the adder, get my item. What is this? Hoggy Bank. To the user, you will immediately gain 4 bones. Handy. So I win this turn. How do I maximize my win? See if I can pull something useful. I really need to know what this does. I don't think I'm going to learn today. Well, unless I want to sacrifice the pack rat and the adder just to see what the card does. All right. You will not perish quite yet. Perhaps one of these will entice you. I have no words for this freak of nature. Long elk. I can't tell if that's just supposed to be a spine or if it's supposed to be a bunch of elk lined up together or what. It's just like a stick. And the mantis god, my old friend. Moving and poisoning is a big threat, and bones has previously been a problem for me. Let's try out the long elk. Free of the prospector's unhinged gaze, you looked ahead. We will need another map. As the air grew humid, your As the air grew humid, your boots became harder to pull from the mud. The dark smell of tepid water invaded your nostrils. You had reached the wetlands. All right. Next time.